Hey guys, what's up? It's Cici here from Bookkeeper Bootcamp. Finally back with a video. Just so many things have been going on with me, moving, growth, just all these positive changes. But today I'm finally back with a video to answer the question, am I ready to become a freelance bookkeeper? So for those of you that are just tuning in for your first time, I am Cici with Bookkeeper Bootcamp. I am an accountant and have been for about 15 plus years now. My subscribers and some of my really awesome students know that I'm a mom, I still have my full-time job, and I still am a freelance bookkeeper. So on this channel, what I do is I share tips and resources for those of you that want to become a freelance bookkeeper, either part-time or full-time. So welcome to the channel, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the content. So this particular video will be part one of a series of videos that I'm going to release about how I started my bookkeeping business. This is a question that I always answer when people send me emails. I love your emails, so keep them coming, and in the comments. It's a very important topic, and I felt like I can't answer that topic in just one video. It's gonna be broken down into smaller videos, so it's easier to watch, and it's just more digestible that way. So I hope that you enjoy this series, and here we go. Many people that do ask me or contact me about bookkeeping in general, or ask me about the question, would I be good at bookkeeping? Can I help them start? And where to start? Really, it's trying to find out where to start when they're coming from a different background. Some people have experience, some don't. Some have accounting experience in the schooling area. You guys have had formal training, but most people don't know or have the hands-on training or the experience on doing bookkeeping as a whole, as a business. What does that entitle? And am I ready for that? Whether or not you have experience or not, I would say that your first start is going to be getting familiar with which software that you want to use. It's either going to be my first two and my only top two, or it's going to be Xero or QuickBooks. To sign up, it's free. So the first step is going to be, obviously, sign up for one of these two free accounts as an accountant, bookkeeper. I think Xero might be calling it a partnership. Sign up, it's free. And when you do sign up, they offer you a client or your own bookkeeping software to keep your books with. Meaning, as a bookkeeping business, you're going to be needing to keep your own books. So start with that. And what you're going to do is start with tracking your own personal, and some of you that might have a side business, that'll work too. I prefer the personal tracking when you're just practicing. Link up your own personal bank account and start tracking your expenses, all of your purchases, things like that, for about 60 to 90 days. And you want to be consistent. So if you're going to do 60 days, be consistent, 60 days. I say 90 because it gives you enough of wiggle room, enough learning space to see whether or not you like this kind of work. Because bookkeeping at times can be a little bit tedious. For those of you that aren't used to doing this work, it never stops. After month end happens, it goes over and over and over, meaning the cycle starts over it starts over. It keeps on going. It's a never-ending process, which is why bookkeepers, in my opinion, that job's never going to go away. Some people have, AI programs out there, like bills.com, and I have sat in with some of those meetings before about software that's going to be taking over in that aspect. I honestly think that no matter what, and is true with some of their programs, is even though you're scanning in and the computer's reading all of these details about your spending habits, things like that, you still need to look over those records to make sure that that's correct. QuickBooks Online even does things like that, where they guess on the account that the expenses should be put into. All they can do is guess and go off of their own algorithm. Bookkeepers are needed so that we can organize and make sure that we're tracking those expenses and those profits and those sales in the right category. So if you can do that for up to 90 days and you enjoy it, then I think that that would be a great first step for you in becoming a bookkeeper. Another thing that I think that you should be skilled at, if you're not already, maybe begin some side training or some seminars and webinars on these topics, like working with Excel. I truly believe that if you're going to be an accountant or a bookkeeper, you need to learn how to work in Excel, because when you're problem solving and you can't figure out how, one thing's balancing from the other, or you're looking for a particular problem, or you just need to organize some reports, using Excel is going to be your best friend. So learning Excel and being, at least a little over beginner level with it is going to be really, really helpful for you and your clients. And it's going to save you a lot of time. Also, being versed in different apps. So as an example, you might want to become a full charge bookkeeper. And with some small businesses or medium-sized businesses that require a full charge bookkeeper, that person is taking over, I would say, the controller and the HR position of a bigger company and just kind of combining it into one. So that's kind of the responsibility of a full charge bookkeeper. So in that case, if you're going to offer full charge bookkeeping as a service, you're going to want to be familiar with payroll services. You're going to want to be familiar with insurance services and how that works. Some of you that are going to be getting into a special niche, like niche. I always forget. I don't know. I say it differently every time, but I mean the same thing. People that are going to be getting into certain niches, like construction or restaurants or things like that, you guys are going to want to be more specific in what it is that you're learning. As far as in restaurants, you might want to learn more POS systems and how that integrates with your accounting software. Each one is different. With construction, you're going to want to learn about the admin side and project management, see if they use different tools. My current job, I use Oracle NetSuite, and that's what we do to help track some projects as well as track our accounting. So learning different apps, especially with HR or payroll, things like that, that's going to be super key to your specific niche and what you need to learn. And that goes for those of you that are wanting to do, say, cosmetologists or stylists, things like that. They all use different scheduling. So get to know what niche you want to focus on and what that's going to encompass. Look and research on different apps, different programs that's going to help you achieve what your client is going to be asking of you. Lastly, do you have to be good at math? The answer is, You don't have to be great, you don't have to be good, fast math person. You don't have to spit numbers out, as you see them. You don't have to be great at it. But you do need to have an affinity for numbers. And you need to learn how to problem solve. When you're looking, for a $500 deficiency, you got to be able to understand that, you're looking at one number and this number here kind of looks like it's missing, it's somewhere in the $500 range with deficiencies, and look into that problem. So problem solving and staying on task with your numbers and where you're at, that's really going to be more important than whether or not you're going to be good at math. Everyone has a calculator. Everyone's good at calculating stuff, and with Excel, if you're using that, you can use that as a calculator for you in an event where you are not going to be using like a tape calculator, like one of those old ones that I really like using still. I don't know what it is. It's just nostalgic. I love those calculators. So math really is, borderline. Yes, I need you to know what 2 + 2 is, and 10 × 10. You need to know those kinds of basics. But as far as fast math goes, or remembering, equations or things like that, you don't have to be amazing at that or even good at that. You just need to be on task. You need to be a problem solver and know how you're doing each step, and then continue each one. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or not. If it does, give me a thumbs up in the comments. If not, leave me a question in the comments about how you feel on the whole math thing on being a bookkeeper. Honestly, all bookkeepers and accountants use calculators nowadays, so doing it in your head is a plus, but being able to be consistent and looking for the problem when you're using your calculator, that's more efficient in my opinion. So that's that answer. To summarize it up, do I need to be good at math? Not really, but at least know your basics. Where do I start if I, have or have not had any experience bookkeeping? My recommendation is to start with tracking your personal, or if your business is doing well, track those that bank account in your own software practice. So whether it be Xero or QuickBooks, practice doing that for about 90 days. And we're gonna, do the full bookkeeping reconciliation and pull your monthly reports. See how you really like that. Utilize task-oriented apps, or what do you call them, like schedulers? Well, just workflow apps that will keep you on track. So that way you are getting pinged and you know when to start or finish your tasks. A good app that I use all the time is monday.com. I'll leave some links below regarding that. They are awesome. I don't mind paying for their services because it really works on keeping me up to date with my clients, with myself, and when things are due. So take a look at that. Take a look at other things depending on your niche with HR, payroll, with construction, schedulers, things like that. Keep an eye out for things that will be more specific to you. But practice on yourself first. That's where I'd say to begin. And then if you're looking for different courses, there are many more out there. I did put a video out there about a handful of months ago. I'll put it in a card, bing, maybe somewhere up there or somewhere down there. And I hope that the rest of you enjoyed this video, found it very helpful, useful, and stay tuned for the rest of this series. Talk to you later. Bye.